Just give me a second. I just want to, because it might, trying to record it anyway. When the guys join, they join. So I will just, I'm going to take this here, okay? So you can see Audition now. Yeah, you can see it. You're going to work in something. Audacity is the same. See, Audition is just more, there's just more stuff that you can use. You understand? Well, Audacity is quite simple, right? It's quite simplistic in terms of its of what you can do with it, right? But the it's like the whole functionality is exactly the same. So you need to go into a multi-track like this. Do you see that? So a multi-track like this. There'll be a multi-track option, okay? And then, for example, like I'm going to open up one of my previous, let me try, I'll just try, let me try this one. It's going to take a while. Just, oh, no, give me a second. Okay, obviously I don't have it. So in a second. Oh, no. Let me just close it there. Because I don't, no, let's close the session. Let me just open up something that maybe I still have. I wonder if I have this. Okay. This is me working on a jingle for the third years, just to give an example. Right. Okay. So you've got to take like what you need. You understand what I'm saying, Jen? Put it into different different tracks. So you're gonna drag and you're gonna, let's say, drop here, for example. Does that make sense, right? Okay. Can you hear? Can you see?
I forgot I've muted myself now. Yes, I can see. Yes, I can see.
So, for example, I'm just going to play you through a little bit of this. So,
in your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Oh, my jelly. Oh, my zola.
BMH Radio.
We are saying, let's speak a message of hope. Let's speak a message of love. Let's speak a message of reconciliation towards our country, towards each and every one of the people that are in South Africa, to say to each and everyone, you matter and you will have a future in South Africa. One voice, black and white, united together to say our country has a future.
Not just Gen Z, but next gen.
Okay, so you can see many different, yeah, so it's not bad. I quite like it.
Wait, hold on. I just this is so interesting. Okay, now tell me how you did it. We're not on track one there.
Yeah, so let's just one. Yeah, so if you've got all your audio files here, you understand. Yes. You can just drag. You can drag and drop. Like I say, what I'm gonna do is I'll close this. I'm gonna close the session so that I have the. Let me just so that I have the stuff here. Okay. So for example, let's say I wanted first to work with some imaging. Right. I got a number of different images. Like let's say sounds that I can use.
Yeah.
For example. Right, so I would keep it like, let's say I just use the first one. We're not going to make anything special. Just saying I'm going to use this. So I would split that. Like, let me just do that again. So I would take that. I would right click and I would split. So I could actually be able to move this away. Makes sense, right? Then let's say I would want,
Hold on. When you split it, you can move it downwards to track 2. Yes. Can you?
Yeah, I can move it to any other track then. You know what I'm saying? As I add. Yeah.
I see.
So, because the thing is, you need the overlays. You're going to need the overlays to make it tight. Do you understand?
That's right.
So,
that's right.
So, for example, let's say I wanted to just go from that into music, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And let me move this down there, and I would let's say play.
Thank you very much, for jazzing me up.
This is interesting.
Yeah. So you just zoom in to make sure you got like obviously accuracy.
This is so interesting. Okay.
Okay.
I got you now.
Hold on.
And it's going like this. Come on, again, Mr. Boogie Two Shoes.
Let's make
Like
sense.
this. Come on. And it's going like this. And it's going like this.
Maybe that makes more sense. And then I just split, delete, and let me take it from, let's say, there. Let's say, and I want to just start doing it like this.
And it's going like this. Come on, again, Mr. Boogie Two.
See. So now I'm going from one track to another. I just faded it in. You could say I just took the
I see
label
it.
and took it down, right? So then I just will check it again. Like, let's say I'm going,
And it's going like this. Come on, again, Mr. Boogie Two Shoes.
so let's say I want to make it like quite tight, right? I'm going to take this out. I'll take, let's say, another. Yeah. Hold on.
I got you.
Let me
I see.
Good. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's just do something. Not the best.
This is interesting. I got you now. Oh, I see.
It's okay.
Wow, man, this is so beautiful. I'm so glad that I can
Okay.
see this because it gives me so much. Okay, you remember, I'm still a rookie in this thing.
No,
So
it's
I didn't
fine.
know you could.
Like,
You see, funny enough, because I've been reading a lot, they said, oh, you could have spent more time on editing. I didn't recognize this is what's going on.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
So let's say I'm putting
see.
that. Yeah. I just want you to see how I'm just going to go from one to another. You understand? Maybe. Okay. Sorry. I'm just going back to the. It's cool. Let me try and move that over here. Let me just see what it sounds like.
And it's going like this. Come on, again, Mr. Boogie Two Shoes.
So that doesn't work well enough. It's too much of an abrupt. You understand? Like it's too much of an abrupt thing. So I would move it there, take that, make sure, because I'll make sure that there's music all the time, right? So I'll just overlay it there and probably put it like closer here, like it's a little bit closer, even closer, 10 to 1. I'd move it probably there where the other one stops. Does it make sense? So I would
Makes
blend.
sense.
Yeah, and if I really, really was like wanting to get the tempos in line, I could get the tempos in line.
Come on, again, Mr. Boogie Two Shoes.
See, that sounds quite nice. Even though it sounds like I like chaotic stuff, but so here again.
And it's going like this. Come on, again, Mr. Boogie Two Shoes.
Okay.
Right, and then I could take this, suppose maybe split that. Again, I would take the jingle sound to make it one more time. So I just do it. So we're doing 3 sweeps or whatever it is. That's okay. Suppose. So we'll take this one.
That's interesting.
Just try. So that I'm just going to do this, and it's annoying in terms of, but let me just complete it, so you can just see. So let me just try and see what's going on here.
Right.
So then that sounds okay, and then maybe I can take like Cabello, for example. And like that makes more sense to me.
Sure.
Put that.
This is impressive.
Hold on. Just wanna. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Katleho said she wants to join. Just don't
Is
forget. I
it?
know you. I know you're in your world now. It's so brilliant to watch.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
sorry, there we go. Okay, so yeah, let me just quickly, I just want to get it closer. So
What's it?
let's take that out. And I want to push it to make sure again it's with the music here.
What's it?
Right, does it make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I would do is take like some kind of closer over here.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying to you, like something like that. Like that's a nice closer. And I'd put it, let's say, there. Just like as a music thing. Saying to you,
What's it?
yep. Okay, so then it's just make sure.
What's it?
Yeah, so then would have to so that would have to come out there. Oh, just make it clean. Yeah.
What's it?
See, so that it actually just ends even there. Was it?
I got you. Yeah.
No,
That's impressive.
just take that out.
Okay.
What's it?
That makes more sense. So if we have to listen to it again,
Yeah.
and again, that's the whole thing with the sound.
And it's going like this. Come on, again, Mr. What's it?
Right, then I would put BMH, whatever, at the end there. Makes sense?
Yeah.
So what I
Makes sense.
then, yeah. So then what I do,
Sure.
what
This
you
is
do is you
impressive
take everything
stuff.
out. Right? Sure?
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. This
All
is
good?
impressive. Yeah.
I'm glad. Okay. So then what you do is when you're done with everything on each channel, you select
Yeah.
all, select it all, you mix down, right? And you mix it down to like stereo so that you get that. Right, something obviously
What's it?
yeah.
What's it?
And then to make it tighter.
No.
See,
No, wait. Okay.
back.
I
Go back.
see.
So you
Okay, how
selected
did you do that?
everything. You got to
Yeah.
mix it down. Obviously, you first
Yeah.
save it. The session you must always save because so let's
Yeah,
just say like I'll call it whatever practice.
Yeah.
Practice jingle, whatever. Okay. Then again, so the session's saved. You can do whatever you want. Obviously, the moment you go and remove the files, you move them around, they're not going to appear
Yeah.
here. You understand? So just
Yes.
wherever you're dragging them from, or you're including them here, just make sure they stay there. Do you understand?
Correct,
Stay in that
correct.
folder, stay in whatever in that location. Otherwise, you're going to see what happened in that previous one I opened up, which I've already gotten rid of the audio files. And there was blank files. You understand? In the mix.
Oh,
So again,
oh.
you just select the whole thing, you right click again, you have to mix it down. So you see there's a mono and obviously stereo, you want stereo, obviously. Do you understand? Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it'll go to this over there.
Gosh, so yeah, this is interesting.
There's different things as well. I mean, there's certain simple things that you must know. Okay. So for example, let's say because I've already edited this, I'm saying the jingle is
BMH Radio, not just Gen Z, but next gen.
right. Okay. So I've already edited that, but
So we are saying, let's
okay.
Yeah, this one has already been edited.
In your face,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Separate things, yeah, you understand. Okay, that one's missing there. But my thing is like, let's say I wanted to, for whatever reason, go
Not just Gen Z,
let's say
not just
because this I recreated, obviously. That was,
BMH Radio.
yeah. Okay, so let's say
B-
copy. I got a new one. And then I go there. See, the basic things that you must do, even though this has been already processed and it's already been edited, you understand?
Yeah.
You would go to effects, you would go and you would fix one like dynamic processing, evens everything out. So dynamic processing, you would go and you would pick different ones. You understand? I normally use a classic software. You might not find the same thing in Audacity, but you need to go and check different ones and then preview it like that.
BMH Radio,
Right.
BMH Radio, 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 BMH.
So you would go and do that. You would give it some kind of processing to even it out, because you have to have the sometimes, like, you have very small, let's say, like lengths, I'm saying with the wavelengths, right? That need to be evened out. They need to be normalized, right? So you would click, you would attempt normalization, like here, to normalize it, right? But the thing is that if you've got big peaks and low valleys, I'm saying in the actual audio file itself, the normalization is not going to work properly. It's going to actually, it only will work effectively on an evened out wave, like, you know what I'm saying, wave file, right? So you would then go and say whatever it is, 80 or whatever, and it would normalize somewhere where it's not going to peak over. Do you understand? So that's why I normally choose 80. Yeah. So this is the main thing of, like, when you've done the whole editing, I'm saying you've gone through the multi-track, you've, let's say, edited, you put in all your voice notes or whatever it may be, right? And then you want to go and you mix it down. Then maybe if you want to, you can apply, let's say, like dynamic processing to this entire thing. Now, I don't need it here because I like the variation. I'm saying to you, I'm saying to you, it's not peaking. I quite like the ups and downs, but for a podcast, however, like, some of the voice notes might be very soft, right? So if I do this and I go like this, and I would, like, it's I did a dynamic processing on this thing, and I would go, let's say, like classic software is just, like, if you look at the graphic, it's just simple. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There's no like hard, I'm saying, hard variations in the graphing, whatever it is, right? And it would flatten it. See that? It flattens it all out in the same, you see? Does it make sense? Yes, no?
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Right.
And
So
sometimes
then,
I forgot this thing is on mute. Yes, I keep on saying yeah. But
no
no,
worries.
but I'm happy with them.
Yeah,
With
but
all that you just said. Yeah.
okay. But then,
Now,
like I said, look, just hold on a second. Give me a second. So when you normalize now, it'll be bigger. That, and it won't peak, and it won't distort, and it won't do anything. Do that. See, so this is why we normally, again, because of the variance in again, the quality also, like, you mustn't use bad quality voxes or bad quality voice notes or something that's got a big echo or something, like whatever it is, you understand, that makes it unlistenable. Then you're going to have to go and either work on it. I'm saying you can use various effects or whatever it is to, let's say, revert, like, take out, like, restore the clip. I mean, if it's really low quality, you can attempt that. Another echo here, you can remove echoes. If you can try, best you can. And at any one point, the best thing is also, like, I always YouTube very specific, like, things that I want to do. So for example, I'll say, how do I fix the echo of Vox or whatever it is, or a recording in a kitchen?
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But then I said, how do you do it in Audition? Yeah.
Before you go, when you talk about mix, it simply means that you would be playing the whole track into one track, correct?
Yes.
That's what mix means. Now, you said you're gonna mix it. Does stereo down to mono comes as a default setting, or you select it?
So the thing is, again, when you start a new file, I'm saying you must go and decide that sample rate. Okay, because it's multi-track, it's not the right way of doing it. We're saying, like, let's say I'm going to go to, let's say, normal one, obviously single track, and I say new, then it's going to ask me, do I want to open up in stereo, mono, 16-bit, 32-bit, whatever it is. So we normally go 44, stereo, 16-bit, and that's fine. Do you understand? So anything that you do import, it will tell you, listen, this is a mono, like the files in mono. You have to be forced, it'll force you to convert it to stereo, or it'll say, do you want to leave it like that? Ideally, it'll force you to move it, over. And then it will resample it and it'll reprocess it, and so it can fit whatever project settings you've got here.
Okay. Okay.
It makes sense.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, that makes sense.
Okay.
Ooh, all right. Okay. You see, because if I enough, this thing I've noticed, practice makes perfect. And when right now, you've done it well. Luckily, because we are on this one, I can always come back and replay this section so that I can review it all over again. So now I'm happy with everything. Thank you.
Sure.
I don't have any further questions, but the way that I saw you do it, now it makes a lot of sense. Because a lot of this thing that I've been reading, it tells you, okay, if you do this, you're going to spend a lot of time editing. Now I see where it comes in. So it makes sense. I'm happy.
But you can see why. Because the thing is that, you know what, like for example, this morning, and let me just close this, like, where was I? What was I doing? I don't know if I saved the session. I don't think I did save the session. But let me, if I'm gonna open up, son of a bitch. Okay. No. So let me say no. So okay. And let me just close this one. I'll show you now. Let's say I picked, like this one here. So is this genuinely it? No, it's not it. Sorry. Let me just quickly find it. Just give me a second. Come on. Just give me a second because I've got to show you. So let me just pick and see what just give me a second. I'm going to find it now. Just give me a second. Give you a good example. Just gonna do what just gonna take out one of them stuff from the mentorship. Leo Love. And then I'm gonna pick out just give me a second, dude. Oh yeah, like here's a good one. Okay. So let me just take this one because I haven't done anything with it yet. Right. So this is recorded. I think it's over. It's over. I don't know. Like must be like a Zoom or a Teams or whatever it is, right? Anyway, my point is like taking this thing and now I must listen. I must listen to the whole. This is the raw audio, right? Okay, and I can just listen.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Hi, friends.
Okay.
Welcome to the podcast, darling. It is the Imagine with Leah podcast. I am your host, Leah.
So you see the variance, obviously in lengths.
So much. I'm very
yes.
I'm very thankful.
Right.
And
so ideally, first I would want to first try and fix the whole thing. Do you understand? So that I don't have to sit and mess around. I'm saying back and forth. So I would rather apply a dynamic processing, see what it actually sounds like. Oh shit, sorry, language. Okay, I'd rather apply it, right? So that the thing is that I apply it once and then see, okay, does this actually work? Is it distorting in certain areas? Is it not? Whatever it is. But this is a raw podcast that now I will go and edit. You can hear that obviously the presenter's a bit too soft, right? So obviously I want to a little bit louder. It's going to just give it a second. See, it buries everything out, right? Right. So just give me a second.
Here we go.
So for me, it's too soft still. So what I would do is either I would amplify it, right? Okay, because the thing is that, as I said to you, if I normalize it here, right, because of these little sparks, you see this little one here, and that one over there. You see that? This little spikes, hey? Okay. If I normalize it, it's not going to make much of a difference. You'll see now, because it's going to go on the highest. I'm saying on the I don't know, you'll see now. You see, it didn't make any difference because it's going on the highest and the lowest there of those little frequencies. Do you understand? So what I would have to then do is I would actually have to physically then go amplified, what I would say, let's say to a 3 decibel boost, for example, right? And then I'd get a better, like it's going to be a bit louder. You understand? That's what I'm saying to you. Sometimes the normalizing won't work because of the variance in these particular spikes that will hold you back. The only way that you can get it all to sound the same is actually take those spikes out, actually go to that specific part in the podcast and actually delete it. Right. Just give it a second. It's gonna get kicked you out. I'm just gonna go back here. Right.
Oh wow.
Okay, see,
Okay. No, this
that's
is
bigger.
looking good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now if I play, let's just hear.
No, it's mute. I think you muted yourself there. It shows a mute.
Oh, right. Okay, there we go.
Here we go.
Is that better?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Much
So
better. I can hear you now.
this
Thank you.
sounds better now, right? Much better. Nice and clear. Right.
No, I can't hear the
I can't hear it.
the audio anymore, but I can hear you speaking,
No,
not
let me
the
just do it
audio
again.
from there.
Let me just do it
Okay.
again. Here. And then also see that just let Velo. Okay, let me just quickly go back here. Okay. So okay, now you can hear.
When I was in 4th grade, so
Yeah, now
9,
it's
10
loud
years
and
old,
clear.
I
Thank you.
think.
Yeah.
Then
But look at the difference here.
We have a banger, as per usual. We have the beautiful Charlie, the beautiful, sensational,
Nice and loud, you know what I'm saying?
so
to you?
many levels, because access to mental health resources such as therapy.
So like, for example, that needs to be cut out. You understand? But then what I would do is I would take that. You see now, obviously in the multi-track, it's edited already because I'm editing the file, right? And then what I would go and do is that I would, like I showed you, I said,
so much.
Um,
I'm very thankful for your kind words.
I've
Yes.
tightened this up now. Right. So let's go there.
Here we go. Here we go. Hi, friends.
Okay.
Welcome. Welcome.
Gotta be like, make sure that it's tight, and then I would include the opener somewhere. You understand? But I would go like, yeah.
Welcome. Welcome to the podcast, darling. It is the Imagine with Leo podcast. I am your host, Leo. That is Leo, just like the star sign. This is a platform where we overthink as we contemplate our life choices.
Okay, let me show you something difficult. Like, so let's say I don't want you to say that part like Leo, like the star sign, because I think it's irrelevant. It doesn't make any sense.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the podcast, darling. It is the Imagine with Leo podcast. I am your host, Leo. That is Leo.
Right. I don't need that. I split that out.
Leo.
Right.
Choices. It's all about how we can equip each other in the safe space in the best way possible as we try to navigate in this world of uncertainty.
Right. Now I'll put that over here. For example.
I am your host, Leo. It's all about how we can equip.
Okay, that nice little breath there as well. Like, just to make it a little bit more natural. Do you see that?
Leo. It's all about how we can equip each other in the safe.
See that? So I hope you're taking notes. Like I say, it's very important
with
to
as
be
much
able
certainty
to
with
like it within a podcast.
Of our own understanding. We have a banger as per usual.
See, so that's like, is it awkward? Do I want it there? I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Let me just see what it sounds like.
Own understanding.
Like, obviously I can't overlay it, overlay it. It makes no sense. But maybe I don't want that particular pause to be too long.
Understanding. We have a our own understanding. We have a banger.
Okay, so for example, that needs to be cut out. I'm saying that particular little hub, because that one doesn't make any sense. So let's put that.
Understanding. We have a banger as per you.
To keep it nice and clean. I hope you guys are following. I'm just saying to you, right?
Of our own understanding. We have a banger as per usual. Right. We have the beautiful Charlie.
Yeah. And then, for example, I can just save this and then, like I say, work on the session a bit later and say Leo, Charlie, whatever it is, whatever it is. I don't really know. Processing your understanding yourself. Okay, whatever. Point is, yeah. Okay, does that make sense?
perfect sense on my side. Thank you very much for this.
Okay. Let's hear from Katlego and Mvelo. Let's hear from you too. Katlego, let's get some feedback. Like I said, I've only got another half an hour because I've got to do another class. But tell me, yeah. Struggling with the mic again.
Hello, sir.
Mike. Yes, Mvelo. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was struggling with the link. I was waiting for so long. I thought maybe you were delayed, but yeah, I understand what you're saying with we should cut out the unnecessary parts. At least for me in the past, I've played along with this in video editing, although it wasn't specifically just audio, but I do understand where you're coming from with this.
Sure. So
Yeah.
let's talk about what you've got prepared or tell me, like, tell me about, because so we've discussed obviously, Custas is going to be including Voxers for the elections, whatever. What are you planning to do then?
I was so throughout the week I was basically practicing just being comfortable in front of the camera because I want to upload on YouTube instead of just make it audio, ne?
Okay.
So I I tried talking about Tyler alone,
Okay.
Tyler, this new musician,
Yeah.
but I figured I won't be able to manage talking about her for 10 minutes. So I've basically been practicing to get comfortable talking to the camera again. And I've also decided maybe instead of covering one topic, and I want to get your take on this, maybe instead of covering just one topic, maybe I can cover topics that I find throughout the week, maybe trendy topics in
Yeah.
South African news. Is that fine?
Look, my only concern with that is when people do that, you really have to have your own very particular product. Does it make sense? So
Yeah.
so obviously the idea isn't very original. It's being done everywhere. I mean, and it'll be done forever and a day too. So it's not going to stop either. But when we have something that isn't, like, it has to be remastered in some other way. It must be repackaged or whatever. Like, you've got to really think of an original way to now cover stuff that's already happened. Do you understand? Because what you're doing here, in essence, right, is someone that does, if you're going to commentate on, let's say, entertainment news or current news or trending news or whatever it is, that's fine. But the thing is that you're going to have some kind of gimmick. Does that make sense? So you're certifying yourself as uh, a credible brand, even though we know like 1,001 million people on YouTube on podcasting are not credible. They don't have to be. They can say whatever they want, and they do. Specifically TikTok, right? But the thing is that you are going there and you're claiming. By you doing this particular type of vodcast, right? You're claiming that you do have some kind of authority on entertainment news. Does that make sense? So your product must show that. Like, in other words, like, you really need to make this. It's got to be like this great standalone product that stands out amongst other entertainment people, like entertainment journalists. So
Yeah.
that's my only thing. You'd be better off finding, again, just a simple angle. Because if you're going to speak about Tyler, everyone's spoken about her, in so many different ways. Ever since she won that Grammy, specifically, that's when South Africa obviously paid attention, and then obviously spoke about her nonstop, and we played her music nonstop, and whatever it is, right? But what about Tyler are you going to talk about? Tell me, for
Oh,
example. Mm,
yeah, my take was gonna be completely different to everyone else's take, because everyone right now, what I've noticed is that everyone is talking about how she's Illuminati because she came out of nowhere and how she's an industry plant. So I was basically gonna drift far away from that. I was gonna make people try to look at the bright side and be like, you know what? This has been happening for the longest. Everyone who comes up and succeed in a short period of time, they always um um
that they
thingy.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, they always accuse of being an industry product. So I was basically gonna make people look at the bright side and tell them, you know what? Look at Tyler's Instagram, for example. She has videos herself from the beginning. How about we guys? Basically try to influence people to be positive in how they assess things and not cover. I wasn't actually gonna cover her come up story. I wasn't gonna cover her
Yeah.
Grammy and all
Yeah.
those things. I was just gonna make people think positive for once, you know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's fine. But are you going
yeah.
so you're going to use that as a like a springboard, And then how you must make sure that, okay, look, like I say, because it's 10 to 15 minutes specifically on, actually that's a lie. I'm sorry. It used to be, they used to try and make a certain like average length of people trying to consume stuff on YouTube, and it used to be between 3 and 7 minutes long, right? So I'm saying to you that people would like tolerate, I'm saying, a video. But the thing is, we have so much variation and so much stuff is being broadcast. I'm saying live broadcast or not, or whole shows are being broadcast 44 minutes, whatever it is. So I'm going to say nothing about the length, but I am going to say you have to keep them interested. That's the only thing, especially if it's visual and if it's only you talking, you have to cut and edit a lot of other visuals to keep an eye stimulated. You understand? Because if you think of watching a movie or watching a TV series or watching an interview or whatever it is, doesn't matter, anything on TV, right? I'm saying the image will constantly change because our senses need to be constantly stimulated. I'm saying our sight, our visionary senses, right? So just make sure that you've got stuff moving and happening as well. I'm saying in the vodcast that you've got maybe a clear banner. You are, like I say, flip-flopping between different images, maybe different angles. I don't know, right? Because of like a plain vodcast straight to camera, you're gonna have to be very entertaining. I'm saying to keep someone's attention. Does it make sense? But if I still say that with a pinch of salt because I think of any vodcaster and they still have some kind of moving. They have moving images. Do you understand? In other words, film at some other point. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
you must think about the visual aspect, all right? And if you're struggling to do it, I'm saying if you're struggling to hold someone's attention, just you on your own, then maybe you should walk and talk, or maybe you should drive and talk, or maybe you should go and exercise and talk, or you understand, like so we can see things happening, and you should package it, like I say, differently. Because if you're going to put a positive spin, let's say, on whatever it may be, it's very broad, but the thing is, you can be acting it out metaphorically as well to make it an interesting podcast. I'm saying to you, vodcast podcast. Does it make sense? So
Yeah.
you could be using the springboard of Tyler, but you could, let's say, be making fruit salad. I don't know. Do you understand? Like making the perfect fruit salad is how you actually should be conducting yourself this week. And then you can say, like, for example, I don't know, finding the right ingredients also means like good balance in great attitude. So what are the right ingredients for a positive attitude this week? One is gratitude. Two is I don't know, like prayer. Three is, do you understand? Does it make sense? Like, so
Mm.
you would have to find a gimmick. You have to find something to make it worth watching. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What are your
But
thoughts?
yeah, yeah, actually that's a very good idea. I like it, especially the walking parts and
Mm,
just moving around. I like that. But another
nice.
question I have is, are we allowed to? I hear you talk about we should if that's what I want to do, I should pull out some different images and stuff. Uh, am I necessarily allowed to pull out a screen recording and maybe react to it? You know, if
Uh,
as
yeah.
yeah,
Look, it's not very original, but again, you see, the thing is, I can't argue with what there's what is a predominant as a monopoly if you find it on digital media, which is reaction videos. But then again, like what made me watch you react to this to the end, because sometimes, a lot of the times, reaction videos. So unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because my nephew's very much into game reaction videos, you understand, right? So, and it's super annoying to watch. But I mean, I don't mind. Some of them are really. Some of the obviously the entertainers, whatever the presenters, are very entertaining. Plus, they also know what they're talking about in reaction. You understand? So they might be, obviously, some of the ones that are gaming professionals make sense for me to watch them react to and analyze, let's say, a certain stage or a certain whatever it is. I don't know, like a DLC that's being added to a game or whatever. Do you understand? Like it makes sense to that. Otherwise, it looks and sounds really cheesy. We have a lot of families, which are super annoying. I mean, you know that. Like, and the families just react to opening gifts, like stuff that they're being sent, whatever it is. You know how it is, right? And it's the sister this and the other sister that and the brother this and the mother this, whatever it is. That there are gimmicks. Like I said, there's little constructs that work, and for some other reason, like beyond something that I can justify, because again, digital is it's too infinitely broad. Like it appeals to a lot of people, right? Again, for a younger market, specifically, again, I watch my nephews and nieces that are aged between, let's say, 7 and about 16, right? That are into these reaction videos. Do you understand? Reaction kind of walkthrough videos, kind of whatever it is. But as far as it goes to a podcast, I'm saying to you, for this assignment, you're going to do badly. I'm saying as a reaction video. It's because it's not storytelling. Does it make sense? For me, it's not storytelling, and so you're not going to do really well with that. But you'll do very well otherwise. I'm sure you'll get a lot of views, but depending on what it is that you are reacting to, how it is that you are reacting to, like, is it again, like, are you super cliche, gimmicky, corny, whatever it is? Doesn't matter. You have to have massive personalities to be a good reactor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your advice is basically focus more on talking and moving around instead of reacting to stuff.
The reaction is not going to work. I mean, I'm being straightforward. It's not for this assignment. It's just not meeting the brief. Does it make sense? Because you need to take something. And remember that the course is podcasting. So I don't mind a vodcast as long as I can translate it to a podcast. I mean, should I be watching you and listening to it? Well edited, it's well scripted, it's really interesting to watch, and it would be super interesting to listen to. Does that make sense? Then I'll give you the marks. But if it's entirely visual, then we're going to have an issue. You know what I'm saying to you? Then I'm going to be like, I don't. 'Cause this isn't a video course. You understand? It's a sound course. So that's very important that
Oh,
you
yeah.
you
That makes
understand.
sense.
So that's what I'm saying to you. Even if you are walking around and going to the gym or going, like I say, and you're buying, you've got to, it's got to be with purpose at the end of the day. Doesn't matter what is out there and I say, not irrelevant. Like it's a lot of the stuff is useless. You know, just because it's out there doesn't matter, doesn't make it worth doing. I'm saying you as a content creator. So just think carefully about how it becomes stimulating to someone that is watching slash listening, because again, with vodcast, you can get away with, let's say, like if you are, like if you pick up, let's say, a bunch of bananas or a fresh pineapple or whatever it is, and you hold next to your face and you smell it, you understand, and you like, I'm going to get a little bit of a sixth sense as to what that smells like without you having to even tell me. Do you understand? Right? Where visuals become important, right? But in a podcast, you best say, I'm saying from the audio side, you better explain what that pineapple actually smells like or what it reminds you of or whatever it is. Do you understand? Right. Because like audio wise, I don't know what's going on. Does that make sense? Right.
Yeah.
You have to create theater of the mind. So yeah. What else, eh?
So, what's your take on this thing of covering multiple topics in one video? Is that something you'd advise, or
Yeah.
because I found it very difficult to focus on one topic for 10 minutes. I just didn't know what to say
Yeah.
Heading towards the 4th minute.
Look, here is my thing. My issue. It wouldn't be right if I don't ask why. Why is it difficult? Because there's so much you can say about so many things and about even one particular thing. Because if it's structured and it's researched and there's purpose, you can talk for 40, 50, 60 minutes. You can, right? Okay. Like I think, if I'm going to give you a bit of a hack, like a bit of a podcast hack right now, I would then, like, for you, you need to go chat to someone. Do you understand? Like, in other words, you need to go interview somebody to make this something that you can talk about maybe for 10 to 15 minutes. Do you understand? Like, if you're struggling on your own, then best, I think, rather go and find someone of interest, someone of, like, someone interesting, and create the vodcast around you touching base or interviewing this particular person, because that's very easy. I'm saying to you, that's very easy to do. A good interview with a good, interesting person who's got a good personality or something interesting to say, man, you can talk about for a long time or with for a long time. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I would rather, if you're struggling, because you just said you're struggling, focusing on anything longer, 4 to 5 minutes, then you're struggling with content. Does that make sense? So, so I would use someone else as like, obviously, as a source of content, and make sure that obviously this particular interview is done really well and conducted really well. It's interesting, it's cool, and like, it was worth watching 15 minutes of. You understand? It doesn't have to be the greatest thing in the world. It doesn't. Because if I have to say to you, what's the best piece of media that someone's consuming out there right now? No one's gonna have an answer to that. Does it make sense? Right. Nor will they even have a close, even like a marginally close idea as to what to give you as an example. But there's a lot of good stuff out there. So just make sure that it's good. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna phone you. So I'm gonna put you on the line here so we can get your side. It's calling. Okay. Can you just pick up there just for me? Just make sure that we do cover everything. Okay, Deco, don't you want to just pick up for me, please? There you go. Okay. How are you? Good. Let's go with your questions. Okay. What do you, yeah, to find one, you're saying one that you can edit on. Yeah. So from your phone wise, okay. Let me just quickly see. What I'm gonna do is where is this thing? Okay. Look, I never edit, I'm saying, audio on my phone. I only edit video, I'm saying to you, and I use CapCut for that. So best sound uh editing apps for free Android, eh? Mm, right. Okay. Let's do that. See what pops up. Okay. Now, obviously, things pop up here. So this is it's nice and all, but the thing is, like you got to go and look. Like, so for me, automatically, like that looks like a good one. This wave pad. So let me, if I click on this wave go, and I'd see, for example, let me just see if I can get this thing, and I'd say search here, and I would rather go look and see a video first to see like, yeah, full guide to creating and editing audio for WavePad audio. So let's just see what pops up, and we see, is it, like, can we use it? Okay, just see. So let's just watch it. Okay. So this one looks like it's on PC. Okay. You want to do it specifically on your phone, eh? Okay. So let's go back. I'm saying to you, there must be an Android version. So editor, Android version. See, it pops up. Okay, so basic audio editing with Wave Editor. This one's fine. Okay, let's watch.
Is the volume quiet deliberately because we can hear what he's saying there?
Can't you? Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Just give me a second. Let me try to share this again. All right, here we go. Okay, let's just see. Let me just try this again. All right, here we go.
After installing the Wave Editor from Play Store, I open it and select record. Now switch between Wave and MP3, use the MP3 and click on the little microphone icon, and so you record your interview. Stop after recording, keep. I've opened Wave Editor again. I'm going to edit my file now. I'll look for it. I have saved it. Coronavirus interview under downloads. At this point, I'm going to turn my phone landscape to make my edit easier. Okay. First of all, you have your edit tool, then your selection tool, and various Zoom facilities. There you have under effects. If your audio might be a little low, you can scroll up here and use the compressor or the gain, for instance, but that you can play with a little bit. The basic editing starts with playing your file. The coronavirus has definitely impacted on our work. Good. So I want to cut out the silence and the and pick up with the word impact again. I now click on my select tool. With my finger, I select that area that I want to cut out. Go to edit, delete, and it's deleted. Let's go back and listen to our piece. The coronavirus has definitely impacted on our work in the workplace. And there is a piece of silent audio at the end that I also...
Here's my thing with it. My issue with this is that when you want to do now, like I say, a multi-channel, like a multi, I have your name, I've gone, I forget even, give me a second, it's called a multi-track, right? So let's say if you want to do a multi-track, then because where is how you're supposed to be editing back and forth better. Otherwise, you're going to only have this stuff here. You're going to have a single audio file, and you can still do it. It's fine, but if you want, again, that kind of multi-track thing where you got a number of different audios that you might actually just want to just stop the share there. So you just quickly go back again to that, just to view the multi-track again. because it's easier to control like this. Do you understand? So I really do push for Audacity, which this is Audition, right? But Audacity is the simpler version of Audition, right? Where you can just drag and drop and then work with your mouse and, like I say, and do the editing like that. And then just take the audio from so take the audio from your phone, right? Obviously dump it onto the PC, right? And then sit and edit it within the software itself. What are you currently planning to do? Are you planning to do it the way that that one is called Wave. What is this called now? WavePad audio editor. Right. You see that there's many. I mean, there was a couple to choose from. Do you understand? But ideally, what you would do is then go and have a look at. Sorry, that's WavePad Audio. Your editor free. You would go and have a look at some of the DIY videos. You know, the tutorials to see which one. Like here, FL Studio now makes sense to me because I can see a multi-track there. So I would rather use that as opposed to, let's say, WavePad, which so far hasn't shown us that it can do multi-track. Does it make sense? Okay. All right. So yeah, okay. Other questions before yeah. Okay. Boys, anything else? Because then I'm gonna sign off and I'm gonna go to my third year. Any other questions?
I just want to confirm something. So the length of this project should be between 10 to 15 minutes, ne?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And
I'm good. No questions. Thank you.
okay. All right, guys. Then good luck with it. Okay. And yeah, let me know if there's anything. But finish strong, and then if anything, we can always chat afterwards. Okay.
Oh, so wait, can I ask you one last question?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
About Saturday.
About
Saturday.
sound 3. I don't get it. What do you mean?
Oh, so like we did say that we're gonna go to
To the studio. Do you want to come to the studio? To the station? Oh, do you want to come the Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, you can come this Saturday. I'll be there from 9. Okay, so it's on camp.
We'll see you there at 9 p.m. then.
Yeah,
8 a.m. Sorry.
9 a.m. Yeah, I'll see you then. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
On campus. Okay, guys. Yeah, and then you'll see that it's the BMH studios. My only thing is that so what you're going to do is you because I know there's a third year. I'm not sure whether he's going to come in. He's not mine. He's Sharita's third year, right? That's supposed to do a show between 10 to 12, right? I'm saying to a pre-recorded one, obviously for the 30 or whatever it is. But the thing is that like for you guys to be able to just view, and also, so obviously in the first hour it's going to be open. Do you understand, right? So come there and see. I don't think there's no one live on air at that time, so you can also, like I say, we can also just play around, but do expect perhaps maybe somebody might come in. My thing is with the third years, see, my third years are not mine are done. I'm saying after tonight, right? And so the thing is, I have the second years. Supposedly, I don't think any will pitch on Saturday, right? They're on Saturday. So what I will do is obviously I'll show you the studio. You can see obviously how it works. Like you can, while there's no one there, like I say, I don't think anyone will pitch because it's submission. You know, it's the last obviously day of school as well. Then you can use the studio if no one pitches up. I'm saying to you to do a show. Does it make sense, right? Then you're more than welcome to use the studio and play around and record and whatever it may be. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, but like I say, from 9 o'clock it will be free at 9. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. All right, we'll chat then. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Cheers, bye. Bye. Just quickly stop.